but it's really to bring your eye along. And then on top of that, we have a full-time musician that works here at Sick Mantha, and so he's not a hunter at all. He's covered in tattoos. His hair is always a mess. He's an awesome human being. His name's Casey Olson, and he knows nothing of hunting, but he does all of our sound design, which is the sounds that you hear in a film. For instance, in The Rivers Divide, when you hear Steve walk up, I'm sitting in the blind, it's so quiet, you hear his footprints in the grass. Well, that's not Steve. That's us. That we went out with a huge microphone and sat on the edge of a field with similar grass, and we recorded a doe walking by at very close distance at the same cadence that Steve was watching. So we took her highly recorded footsteps and we laid them over Steve's footsteps in the film, because we want to trick your mind, right? You would never hear that deer. I wouldn't anyway, really hearing that deer walk through the grass, but we want the viewer to hear it. When I'm eating the peach in the blind, and I'm cutting the peach up and I'm eating it, and you see me lick the knife clean, and you hear that kind of like, well, that's actually a surgical knife cutting through a human being. That sound when I lick the knife
Oh,
clean.
wow.
And so those are sound design elements, and then on top of it, you have the emotion. So when Steve gets killed, and you hear that woman's voice coming on, so that is a song that a friend of mine named Roscoe Westewald, he has a band called Onward, Etc. He wrote that song for Steve. He wrote that song because those were the lyrics that came to his head when he watched Steve get killed. And then him and Casey, who's our full-time musician, they were playing in a band, and they were in Missouri playing a gig.